But people gonna believe what they want to believe. Yeah, it's just like, it's not cool. It's not cool, and that's gonna always be the problem. The lie is gonna always be more relevant than the truth, and I get that. Let's just stop leaking stuff. Let's just stop leaking stuff, y'all. I'm tired. I'm tired.
Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today's update is filled with drama, and it's a lot to unpack. Let's get into it. Teyana Taylor is finally speaking up after staying quiet for a while. She's confused and frustrated because her ex-husband, Iman Shumpert, just won't seem to let her move forward. It's already been a full year since their divorce was finalized, but somehow, Iman is still hanging around in her life, and not in a good way. Recently, Teyana was spotted with her new man, Pierre, also known as Mufasa, and that's when things really started to heat up. Apparently, Iman didn't take it well. Rumors say he's been obsessively watching her and her new relationship. Some people are even calling his behavior stalker-like, which is deeply concerning. Teyana also revealed that Iman's been working behind the scenes to make her look like the villain. She claims he's been secretly paying off shady blogs and gossip sites to spread lies about her. But she's had enough. After staying silent for so long, she's finally ready to speak her truth and clear her name.
The shit only got put out because Iman leaked the divorce documents from Jump Street. Our divorce was private. Our proceedings was private. Everything was private. This blows my mind. I don't like this. I don't like this.
When Teyana first filed for divorce, she tried her best to keep everything quiet. According to her, no one even knew about it at first because she was very careful. She didn't use their full names in the legal paperwork, just their initials, hoping to keep the drama out of the public eye and away from headlines. But Iman? He flipped the script. He went out of his way to make sure their full names were visible on the court documents, which immediately pulled their private situation into the public spotlight. Just like that, the news was everywhere. Teyana had originally tried to handle everything with grace. She wasn't trying to start drama or embarrass anyone, but now, she's clearly done playing nice. Let's go back a bit. When Teyana first let the world know that she and Iman were no longer together, she made a clear statement. They were separated, not officially divorced at the time. She even posted a message saying, "In all fairness, Iman and I are separated, and have been for a while. To be 1000% clear, infidelity isn't one of the reasons for our separation. We're still a strong team when it comes to co-parenting our two beautiful kids." Teyana didn't want to go public at all, but she said she had to speak out because the rumors were getting way too out of control. She wanted to set the record straight, not for herself alone, but for everyone involved. She hoped being honest would bring clarity and calm things down. But if Teyana is speaking out more directly now, you know it's because she's fed up with the nonsense. She recently went live on Instagram, and let's just say, she did not hold back. She openly called out Iman, accusing him of starting fake rumors about her. According to her, he even paid people to drag her name through the mud because he couldn't handle the fact that she had moved on. And with one of the most attractive men in the entertainment world, no less. She said clearly that none of the stories about her were true. She also hit back at the claims that she took Iman for all his money in the divorce. Teyana made it very clear. What she received in the settlement was not some money grab. It was compensation and her fair share. Let's break down what really went down. A judge in Fulton County, Georgia, ordered Iman to pay Teyana a one-time lump sum, somewhere in the millions. On top of that, he now has to pay her $8,000 every month for child support and cover the full cost of private school for their daughters, Junie and Rue. Now, before anyone says she took him for everything, let's look at what each of them actually got. Iman kept all of his investments, including his company Shumpert Shum, his condo in Miami, and 2 other houses in South Georgia and Decatur. So, no, he's far from broke. Teyana, on the other hand, walked away with control over her businesses, including TaylorMade and Aunties. She kept her luxury cars, a $300,000 Maybach, a $70,000 Mercedes Sprinter van, her tour bus, and a Bronco. That's a serious boss move. She also received ownership of 4 of their marital homes, with reports saying those properties are worth over $10 million total. So let's be honest, this wasn't about greed. This was about getting what she worked for and deserved. Behind the scenes, though, things have been messy. Teyana said that Iman had been leaking negative stories about her on purpose, trying to make her look bad and stir up gossip. She said these shady leaks led to all sorts of misleading and twisted news headlines, putting her under a lot of unnecessary public pressure. And here's where it gets even more suspicious. Teyana pointed out that all this drama just so happened to explode right around the time Iman released a new rap song. She hinted that he was using their divorce drama to get attention for his music. She was so upset that she even asked the court to hold him in contempt and put him in jail for leaking personal details. Later, she admitted that she didn't really want him locked up, but that she was just furious in the heat of the moment. Still, she stood firm. She believed Iman was leaking information on purpose to ruin her image. What hurts the most, she said, is that she had Iman's back when he needed it most. When he left the NBA and was trying to break into Hollywood, she used her own connections to help him land opportunities he never could have gotten on his own. She supported him, stood by him, and lifted him up. And now this is how he repays her? That's not just cold, it's heartbreaking. And then came the moment that set everything on fire. Teyana basically confirmed that she's now dating actor and model Emmanuel Pierre, also known as Mufasa. That announcement definitely hit a nerve with Iman, and it seems like that's when everything really started to spiral. Ever since she went public with her new man, Iman's behavior has been, well, erratic. But Iman didn't just sit back and let her say what she wanted. His legal team came out with a statement denying everything. They claimed he never leaked any private information and that he's been following all court orders. They said he has no interest in talking to the media about the case and wants to keep everything private. Sounds polite and professional, right? But people who've been watching this situation closely aren't so quick to believe it. Iman doesn't exactly have a clean record. In fact, one of the wildest stories out there is that he once got so mad at Teyana that he shut off the utilities in her house, while their kids were still living there. And this was in January, during freezing temperatures. That's not just petty, that's dangerous. Teyana managed to get the heat and electricity turned back on. But still, what kind of father does that? And through all of it, Teyana still tried to protect him. She even denied publicly that he had turned off the utilities, trying to spare his image. But actions speak louder than words, and this breakup has shown us a lot about both of them. So basically, Iman's legal team is calling Teyana a liar, saying none of what she's saying is true. But with so much drama, sealed court documents, and new people involved, it's hard to know what's really going on. Things just keep getting messier. Iman's lawyers tried to sound calm and professional, claiming he's been following all court rules and doesn't want to discuss private matters with the media. On paper, that sounds respectful. But let's be real. People who've followed this breakup aren't easily fooled. Iman doesn't exactly have a clean record. Some of the stuff he's done in the past is pretty shady. Remember when he allegedly turned off the heat and electricity at Teyana's house in the middle of winter? Their kids were living there. That wasn't just petty, it was heartless. And even after that, Teyana tried to protect his image. She publicly denied that he did it, even when evidence said otherwise. She also accused Iman of being emotionally and mentally abusive during their relationship. She claims he begged for another chance, but once she gave in, he went back to cheating. She tried to help his career after basketball by using her Hollywood connections, and instead of being grateful, he kept picking fights and bringing drama into their home. Teyana even paused the divorce at one point, hoping to save their family. But nothing changed. She finally realized she was being manipulated and decided to walk away for good. On top of all that, she said Iman barely made time for their kids and even let them ride alone in a rideshare in a huge city like Chicago. Meanwhile, he tried to flip the script and blame her for everything. But fans aren't buying it. After everything, can you blame her for finally speaking up?